Hey guys, welcome to another stream on Buckman's Model Mania. Chris is going to say something about, I don't know the name of my own channel. Hang on a second. Let me get rid of that glare over my right shoulder. Echo, turn off workbench. Echo, turn off workbench. That's better. So let me first say hello to everybody. Welcome, Jalen. Welcome, Bud. I know you have probably stepped away for a minute to eat dinner. Welcome, Peter from Australia. Glad to have you here. Welcome, Chris. You weren't quite first. Welcome, Donnie. I know Donnie's all excited. Donnie was chatting with me a little bit on Discord today. He's been looking forward to this for a long time. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Eric. Glad to have you guys here. So, I finally, on the Friday night stream, decided to take panels off of the Enterprise and do the UV resin. This is the panel I did. Pulled it off. I'll get a better shot of it later. Maybe there. Pulled it off. Did the resin. It actually came out really, really good. Right now, it is not off as far as it looks. It is a little bit off, but I think it's going to pull a little bit better than it would have with those windows, because those windows created an artificial bump inside of the skin panels. Enterprise who? Yes. Oh, woohoo. I'm sorry. But no, I did that first 4 panels, didn't do any rhyme or reason, just kind of took them off, did the resin. They were the last ones to go on, and I realized as I was doing it that I need to have an idea where those where the wires go. Thank you, Jalen. I agree, it looks very much better, and I've gone through and I've already pulled. Oh, there went one. I've pulled all the windows out of all the panels. So like this one here is what they look like without it. Tonight I'm going to be putting resin in some of these. I'm not sure. That piece of tape there. How many? Still doesn't look like it's not a tank, Chris. But it is going to. Oh. I left a window in there, right there. It is going to take some adjustment. Like right now, these LEDs here are not going to stay in very well. I'm going to probably have to glue those in. Hey, Kenny, welcome to the stream. And then up to these 4 panels are what I'm going to do tonight. Anywhere where it has the escape pods already installed, some of them were not glued. And so I've taped on the back to make sure that I don't inadvertently lose any of the escape pods. Like you can see this one here is sunk in. I'm going to have to go glue that back or glue that in. Or actually, no, when I tighten the screws down. Yeah, because of the lip here, there's a lip right here. So when this goes, I believe it goes on here. When this goes on top of it, it'll pull it down and the escape pods should stay in place. Just catching up with chat. So that is my plan for the evening. I don't know if I'm going to get to all 4 of them, but those are the ones. And literally, it's not until issue 6 that you start attaching them to the frame. The first 5 issues, you're building the frame. You're putting some of the windows together, but you don't actually attach them until stage 19, which is what I went through yesterday. Stage 4 is where this window was, or where this is located, which is, I'm going to have to go to stage 4 to make sure I do the colors on the windows right. And then hull is in stage 19. That's when it gets attached to the hull. But before that, I know I've reviewed, or I've shown this one before. Right now I have 3, and I think it's 3 for 3 sets. Let me switch cameras of the, of course I hit the wrong camera. There, I've got 3, I believe they only have 3 sets of the Enterprise shuttles, and I have all 3. So we're going to take a look at them first before we start doing any windows. And nobody reminded me. I remember I was supposed to post a link to the Resin and this little monster on Discord. I did not, because I forgot. So the books for these Shuttlecraft do not quite fit. Let's see. Type 6. Okay, type 6. They don't fit comfortably inside of the box that the Shuttlecraft come in. So I leave them inside the big box where they came from. Eventually, hey, that happens, Jalen. Star Trek unboxing porn. As a matter of fact, just because, while I'm thinking about it, because it's not going to take me but a second. Make sure I'm on the other accounts. My wife and I actually have separate accounts on the same account on Amazon. It just makes it easier. That way we can buy our stuff individually. And where is that stuff? I know it's here. There it is. Okay, the link to that stuff, this resin comes with the light works pretty well. The link is now posted on Discord. Hey, it makes it better. Slender cells. The last several episodes have not featured the HLI boards. I haven't got any HLI boards in any kits. So, this is the book that comes with the Goddard Type 6 shuttle. Yes, Donnie, what you do is you go in, I forget where it is, but under your account, you can open I believe you can have only 2 adult accounts on the same Amazon account, but it makes it a whole lot easier when you're ordering stuff, especially if you're ordering a gift for your spouse. So I've shown this before. There's the book, talks about the shuttle, more about the shuttle. Yeah, actually, World of Wayne. Wayne is where I found that stuff from. I was like, that is really cool. He didn't have it on his Amazon store at the time. But there's the L cars for the shuttle. A little bit of description. I guess these are episodes where the Type 6 shuttle was featured. And it was in Voyager. Just a little bit of stuff that you can read on the shuttle itself. And that, by the way, Dan, that resin works really, really well. All right. So let me turn this over. And I remember one of the L cars I think it's on this set, is actually, right here. It's bent. But you can see the L cars here. Matter of fact, where is my envelope? So you can see the L cars. It's, you know, and this just goes on the stand in front of the shuttle if you so decide to display it that way. Which these are eventually, matter of fact, those are the stand for the L cars. These are eventually going to be displayed along with the Enterprise if they fit, since I have the case, the acrylic case. There's the stand, nothing to write home about. This just pops down inside. One thing about these stands is they are really not that, could be. They're not that stable. They just sit on there. You know, it can move around on the stand. It just sits on there like that. But if it has the room, I will put the shuttles around the Enterprise once she's in the acrylic case. It's not bad. I apologize for the glare, guys. Hang on, let me see if I can fix that a little bit. Much better. So this is the, you know, standard shuttle. That door flops down. And they're not too awful expensive. They're basically $30 each because it's $60 for the set. About to start same process. You need to clean up the glue residue from the edges of the window frames. Oh, you used the T7000. Yeah, it is pretty rubbery. Hey Spence, welcome. Yeah, that stuff is pretty rubbery. What I used was straight super glue. Some of it I know was the Loctite stuff. Most of it was my cheapo stuff, which, do I have a bottle handy? I don't. It actually comes in a tube, and it's like 50 cents a tube when you get it. I wonder, can I get this to go back in I should be able to get it go back in the box like that. Let me, yeah, book can go on top. Sorry guys, talk to myself sometimes. And according to the instructions for that UV resin, I will tell you it says to push the button either once or twice, once being 30 seconds, twice being 60 seconds, back in the box. I pushed it twice, multiple times. You're right, Chris. And they didn't have tanks there either on the Endor moon. So this is the Type 15 L Baez, the Shuttle Pod. It's the L Baez. Again, it's from the Enterprise. I'm flipping through the book pretty quickly. Shots of each side of the L Baez. I'm not sure, Spence. And a shot of the L cars. Get a glare off of that light now on the to my left. Devils, if you know, do you know what the name of the episode is? Because it lists the episodes here, but it doesn't say what they are. Or what the plot was. So, let me pull this one out. It's Times Squares. Hang on, let me look. I don't think I saw anything like that. This one was in Times Squared. You are correct. The L Baez was in Times Squared, which is Next Generation Season 2, Episode 13. Very good. Very good, Spence. I'll do my Picard voice, but I don't have one. Very good. So, there's the L cars for that one. I think I've got it actually back. Nope, it's on there right. There's the L cars for it. What I might do, these would probably be really cool if they were backlit. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, watch that one now. I'm not so much of a next generation nerd. Same stand is going to be in each one of these. Took out to get, well, there you go. I'm going to have to go back. I'm not such a next generation nerd. I'm kind of like Eric. I recognize almost every episode, or actually I do recognize every episode of TNG, or not TNG, TOS, within the next or first 30 seconds. There's the front, the side view, of course, here, there. The side view of it, rear, and side view. And this one looks a lot like the Shuttle Pod off of Enterprise as well. And like I said, this, I see it, never noticed that before. It does have some bumps on the stand to kind of hold it in place, but this one being, here's the problem with this. It's back heavy. There's no way that this shuttle is going to stay on this stand. So when I put them in with the Enterprise, they're actually going to, I'm probably going to set them instead of, what was I going to say? Instead of on the stands, I'm going to set them on the, you know, on their warp nacelles, as if they're landed there. Let's get this one in here. And again, I'm going to put the book in here. I haven't before. But that way everything stays in place. And this is where I run into the problem. The bottom is still sealed, so I don't want to mess with that. It doesn't want to go all the way in. Oh, that's why. It's catching on the book. Got it halfway in. Now it doesn't want to come back out. And what I just did inadvertently was tear the cardboard inside. It's no longer mint condition, guys. Let me try it this way. Slide that in there. This one just wants to be a pain in my behind. Do they all look like Eggplant Moss? Kind of. Okay, that one's in there. I've got to move the bigger box because I'm not going to shove these back into bigger boxes right now. That way I don't dent the larger boxes. So that was set one. Yes, the classic get it back in the box game. I don't think I've ever shown this one, but I do know I've taken it out. The tape was pretty well sealed itself back up. And this one, the Calypso, which is the captain's yacht, which we never saw. I'll get to that one in a second. The captain's yacht, a lot of people were broken. A lot of people got broken shuttles. I was lucky; mine came in good shape. So again, I'm going to skim through the books really quick. Front, sides, and bottom view. LCARs. Hawking Type 6 shuttle. This one actually is but isn't canon because it does not show any episodes that it was in. So it probably was in something, but not in the TV shows. And I don't know if you guys have caught it. What I'm doing is I've decided I'm putting the LCARs inside of the boxes so that they don't get mangled. Make sure, yeah, there's the LCARs for the Hawking shuttle. This one actually, even on that, he is supposed to work on the Enterprise D. This is part of the Enterprise D, Chris. So this is the first one that really, and I didn't notice this before, this one is really set up for the stand. Because you can see that there's the 4 dots, or the 4 holes there, that match up with the 4 dots on the stand itself. Thanks, Eric. So this one will not shift. I like that a whole lot better. And so side view, back, another one with the door that opens completely. The other side, top, and I already showed you the bottom. And this next one is a shuttle, but isn't. You never saw it actually leave the ship in any of the series. Oh, was it? Okay. Hey, GB, welcome. Right now we're going over the going through the specials that have come for so far with the Enterprise, and in a little bit I will start working on replacing the windows on the 4 panels that are right here. One thing about replacing those panels tonight is I may not be able to attach them to each other, or the reflector to them, because I don't want to have what I had happen to the ones I did on Sunday, which is I've got on the back of a couple of them, I've got Tulip on there. And it was a shuttle for Star Trek V, Search for Spock. Oh, they searched for a good plot. Hey, Star Trek V, they had to figure out how to bring Nimoy back. They sent you specials for the Enterprise, but not the parts for the... Actually, Chris, here's what's funny. Special Pack 2, this one that we're looking at now, and Special Pack 3 came since I got parts. I've gotten 1 set of parts in January since October. So there's the screenshots. This is almost a classic flying saucer. Shot of the LCARs. and again, lists no episodes, but it was in every show because it's on the. Hey, Shu, welcome. It's part of the saucer on the Enterprise. No, they never did use the Captain's Yacht in any of the shows. At least not to my knowledge. So there's the L cars. I wonder. That's better if I lift it away a little bit. Here's the L cars for the Captain's Yacht. And like I said, a lot of people got a broken Captain's Yacht. Yes, they did actually, and I just looked at the book. Where's the book? They do actually show in here the Captain's. There, they show the Captain's Yacht from the Enterprise E. So on this one here, a lot of people got, when they got it, it was the either the feet or these brackets on the front and back were broken. And it literally looks from the side like the classic flying saucer. And again, the stand is kind of funky. Like I said, and there's the bottom. Like I said, these feet were broken off on several. You don't have, but you got more parts than I do. Don't think they ever used a large shuttle bay either. I don't think so. I think they only used the smaller one. That's funny that you haven't gotten, because I know you've gotten more parts than I have, and more recently than I have, but you haven't gotten the specials. I have no idea how Eaglemoss is deciding what they're sending who. Because if I remember right, I was started on the thing well into it before you even ever started, Shu, and then I believe you actually caught up and passed me. I think I'm on stage 11. I think last we talked, you were on stage 14. But supposedly, even though suddenly China is not shipping anything, they're going to start sending stuff again. Large shuttle bay was only seen once. Miniature explosively decompressed. Funny enough, another time loop episode. I believe it. And so, Type 7 and Type 9A cargo shuttle. I have not opened this one yet. Oh, yes, I have. I didn't think I had. No, it lands on Shu a whole lot more often than it lands on me, because Shu was on I was on stage 10 and Shu was on stage 6, and whichever episode Kelsey Grammer was in. I do remember he was in one, but Shu is now on 14 and I'm on stage 11. Just the gauges on OBS caught my eye. Type 9A Shuttlecraft. There's the L cars. I like this that it shows the seats. I don't think the rest of them do. Next generation technical manual. I remember buying in the 70s the technical manual for the original. And again, no episodes shown. That would almost be cool to get. The Enterprise Owner's Manual. Until they run out of, actually, I think they've already run out of stages. I do know they've charged me for one. And unlike, well, let's see. I got an email from Fan Home. They've charged me, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks because we've shifted our warehouse. And then got an email from what is it? Agora this morning that says they are low on parts, or they're having shipping. They're having logistics issues with parts for stages 7 and 8. But instead of just saying, yeah, we're going to ship them to you sometime, they said that they're going to charge me, instead of on the 8th, they're going to charge me a week late on stage 7, and they're going to charge 6 weeks later for stage 8. That does sound like the giveaways with Shoe. So there's the L cars for this one. I'm going to have to figure out some way to set these up and light them if I set the shuttles out. And again, another one that they planned ahead and actually put the 4 holes so that the 4 dots from the stand will line up. And you can see it's an extended shuttle. The top, other side, the rear, and the front. So let me put the L cars inside the book. Cover back on top. And just one more shuttle. I don't know, to be honest, if there's a pack 4 for the shuttles. If there is, I will continue to get them. These I actually like. There are other specials for other builds that I'm like, no. Forgot the stand for the L cars there. And once I close this one, get the last one out. Type 7 Shuttlecraft. Flip through the book. And the funny thing is, if you look at the book, it's kind of funny because it looks like it's kind of smudged and all that. And I realized that when I saw it, it's actually weathered. They have weathered this shuttle. The others are pristine clean. But if you look at the paint on this, it's weathered. There's the L cars. And several episodes that it was used in. Well, actually, it was in Coming of Age, Season 1, Q Who, The Child, Samaritan Samaritan Snare, Ship in a Bottle, Best of Both Worlds, you're right, part 2, Chain of Command, The Host, and it says unknown on or what was it? Just says Star Trek. Oh, okay. Generations, the show after the ship crashed, or the movie after the ship crashed, and Identity Crisis. Actually, not. I just noticed that the paint is a little bit marred there, but if you look at it, the top of the shuttle is weathered. I thought that was funky. There are 4 lights. Oh, yes. But not a bad looking little shuttle. I like it, actually. Just looking. I was looking around. The door is in the front. Yeah, they haven't emailed you that they're going to ship them to you yet, Shu? Because like I said, I've gotten these, the second 2 sets, since January. Just making sure. I should be there. Nope, that's wrong. That's weird. So there's the L cards for it. That's weird because you've actually gotten stuff. You've gotten parts, I've gotten shuttles. I'd rather be getting parts. And that is the last of the shuttle sets. So let me flip back here and take a look. Stage 4, Stage 4, Stage 4, and Stage 19. So these 4, or these 3 in Stage 4, it actually has you put one of them together. It was kind of funny that when I read this, first you put, actually it wasn't that one, it was this one, I believe. You put it on, and then had to be, I don't know, I'll sort it out. There's the problem. That is not supposed to be in there. How the hell did you get in there? So, but in Stage 4, they have you put the metal, one of the plastic panels on the metal panel, and in Stage 19, they then immediately have you take it off. So let me throw a screwdriver in here so I can go back to Stage 4. All right. Yeah, Stage 4, which would be Book 2. Like I said, I'm going to just basically do them in order. So this is U309A. Let me turn this other light back on. So very helpful in identifying these. You see right there, little focus on it. It says U309AL, so this is on the left-hand side of the ship. And I put all the screws back in so that I know where they are. Cloth. I know they're laying on the paint, but I'm not rubbing them around. I did notice that I have one of them, and I think it happened while it was on the ship. Actually, it's one of them I worked on on Saturday. One of them has a ding in the paint. Not a big ding, but a ding nonetheless. So I'm going to get these out to keep track of the screws. And these screws here, and I'm keeping track much better than I did on not Saturday, than I did on Friday, because Friday I just pulled all the screws and then I put them back together and just faked it how they went in. So now pop this back apart. These lugs, on this side the lug is loose. On this side it actually is set in pretty well to where I have to pry it. Very, very gently. I do not want to snap anything. That got it. So you can tell this is the first one that I did because none of the escape hatches were glued in. Then they're still not glued in. Or the escape pods. So first thing to do is get my tape. And I could use the blue tape and go over the multiples, but I like this washi tape a little bit better to cover just the row of windows I'm working on each time. That needs to be a little bit. Actually, looking at this, the washi tape is not going to work because it's exactly the width of the windows, and I had some very minor leaks on Friday. I don't want even the minor leaks that I got. So I'm going to start on the leading edge. Lay this down. Actually, let me peel this back up because what I'm looking at is I don't want to get a line through the windows because I had to use 2 pieces of tape. If I can get this, the washi tape is a lot thinner than the blue tape. So, like I said, cover the windows. And now you can see they should not leak, hopefully, or very minimum. Burnishing it down, making sure that everything is down as best I can. Remove the tape. Quality printing on here. Smudged the first time it got wet. But that's okay. Works really well for what I need it for. Never realized before, those actually are rubberized areas over top the LEDs. And I still haven't changed it over yet. Where are they? Still thinking about putting it into one of these bottles because it's a little bit smaller. The tip is actually, it's a lot smaller. The only problem is it's clear. I don't want to end up with my UV resin being solid lumps inside there. So squeeze a little bit into each one. And there's double windows like this. I do have some bubbles. Let's see what I can do about it. Getting rid of him. It's kind of funny because I've used the heat gun that's right there, and it helps to get rid of them. It's just that it doesn't get them all. And this resin does shrink a little bit, so it'll go down, shrink down into the areas where I'm putting it. Truly, as long as I have a skin over the outside where the tape is, it should be good. And with the windows I have around me, I'm only going to be doing this stuff in the evening or with the blinds drawn, unless it's cloudy like it is today. Put the top back on. So you can see all the windows have some of the resin in, and you can see like right there by my thumb, that one's got a huge bubble in it. Matter of fact, maybe my cheaters will help me find those bubbles a little bit better, because I ended up with bubbles everywhere anyway. There's one right there. Okay. I don't want to get too close. Most of the bubbles are just popping almost instantly. Man, that stuff stinks when you heat it up. Not sure if you heard what I said. Most of them popped almost instantly when I put the heat gun on them. There's a couple that did not. As long as they're not in the middle or on the surface, they should be okay. That one's got a pretty good one right there. And by on the surface, I mean on the surface towards the top, once I turn the window over. Come on. Let me try one more time. Damn it, that is not what I wanted to do. Q-tip. I push the resin out. It shouldn't matter, but I'm still not happy with it. Got one very stubborn one right here. Almost got it. I got a couple stubborn ones, but it should be good. So like I said, double push and let it sit there. And I know it should only take one push of 60, one run of 60 seconds. I see. Turn it off because I think I see a bubble I can get rid of down here. Actually, I've got no resin in there. That's the problem. That's why there's a bubble, is it's just a slight spot down on the bottom. Oops. Hey Dirk, what's up? Yeah, it may help to have a little bit of resin in there. You've heard of watching paint dry? Everybody here is now watching resin harden. And I'll have to wait and see once I actually I should get out the test kit and test these as I'm going along, because there are some problems with the with light leaks around the escape pod doors. Right up there with laying wood, absolutely. All the hype. You missed all the good stuff, Dirk. At least to me. I spent the first 40 minutes reviewing the or doing out-of-box reviews of the set 1, set 2, and set 3 of the Enterprise shuttles. 6 shuttles. There is hype, Kenny. There's always hype. And my plan is I'm going to run this 3 times and then check it with my paperclip here. I am working on the Enterprise, Donnie, and those shuttles are part of the Enterprise. This is Enterprise. Just looking from outside of the, from back where I'm at, it looks like those bubbles all went away. I want to show you guys something from something else I'm working on for my longboat. Hey, the cat isn't waving. Why isn't the cat waving? There. Now the cat's waving. But those shuttles go in the Enterprise, not part of it. So, yeah. I know that's your distraction, Kenny. So yeah, the 18th century shuttle requires bent wood, and like I told a couple of guys earlier today, I told some wood to get bent, and it did. I'm actually kind of proud of that. That's the first time I've actually gotten a really good bend out of planking. It's that time of the year. Ants are starting to show up. Damn it. So, let me see. They look solid. They are solid. Hi. Yeah, they're completely dry. They're actually warm. Now, yes, yes, the cat is now jerking harder. Yes, thank you. Very nice bend. Usually, most of the planking I've tried to bend is a lot thicker than that. Well, there's actually a couple bubbles left over. Talk to me, Spence. Yes, absolutely new meaning to saying get bent. So with the stink bugs, are you having them in the house or outside? Because we have them in the house. So yeah, I'm looking at this. And that one right there, it's not going to show on camera. You can see it on camera. That one right in front of my finger. Big divot right there. A few divots elsewhere, but overall, not bad. And they do to pick up the texture a little bit. What I'm going to have to do yeah, we have problems with them in the house. We bug bombed the attic twice, and I actually did some research, and I read that mint, they hate the smell of mint. So we have essential oils going with mint in them. No, you won't. But if I see it once I put it on the ship, actually, let me see. If any of them pop out to me, what I will do, because that is actually small enough to fit in that hole and that hole. There's actually several holes, and they're all on this side. So I will fill one of these up with the sweet vinegar with a little soap. Flies, especially fruit flies. We're not having fly problems yet. Knock on wood. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the windows that I've got done. Get all the windows that I've got done, and then I'm going to go back. Make it hard enough. I know it might. That's why I'm hesitant to put it in here. Actually, better. I've got syringes. Yeah. Well, I've got syringes. So what I can do is actually fill the syringes from one of these bottles, and then get it in there. Yeah, I've thought about wrapping the tape. So now, let me get some glue out, because they're not currently glued in. Make sure I've got them the right way. And this is going to be a slow process. I've got 4 that I could possibly do tonight. I don't think I'm going to get all 4 of them done tonight, because it's taken 20 minutes just to do this one. Make sure, hold these in, turn it over. Yeah, they're all facing the right way. If they're not, they're going to be there permanently anyway, and I'm going to look dumb. That's, you could do that. Dip it in Tulip. Wait, I didn't want the BS, the Bob Smith Industries. I wanted the Loctite. So anybody who's watched this from the beginning has seen me do this before. What I'm doing is I'm putting a drop of super glue on the corner of each of the escape pods. Even the spot where the resin blew out of the windows, it cured. I'm really liking this resin. It may become my go-to stuff for windows. And when I say my go-to stuff for windows, I mean all windows, not just the Enterprise. Close to not having enough, but I think I can get it all. And what I'm also going to do, because these windows do not have the same depth as the original. It is very clear. I really like it. So because of the windows are not quite as thick, what I'm going to do with the LEDs is actually glue them in place. So the blue and white wire over here, and I'll just show it in case you haven't seen it before or if you forgot. So there's a little dot right there in each one of these that goes between the windows and actually holds the LED in place. So put a little bit of glue in there. The red and blue wire goes on this side. Drop of glue in there. I missed. I still didn't get any in there. There, that's got it. And the yellow and black on this side. And these wires are going to end up being spent straight up to hold the or to go past the frame. So now you can see where I took the 3 screws out and the 2 lugs that go onto the frame. Same here. 2 big lugs, 3 smaller lugs. Set this back on here. Push it together. Put some screws in it. This stuff, this UV resin, when you hit it with the hair dryer or heat gun or whatever, when you heat it up to make get those bubbles out, it gets a little bit stinky. Not near as bad as the nail resin or the dental acrylic. Yeah, UV resin is awesome. It's going to be what I do the actually no, I was going to say that's what I'm going to do the water in the Queen Mary 2 with. Actually, instead of the UV resin, I have, what is it? I forget the name of it, but basically it's water for models. Kenny turned me on to it when I was doing the Ida Blue. I have never used it. 8.9, that would be bad. Since it is powered by 3 AAAs, and I still have, my power supply I have not fixed yet. Plug this in. And since this is going to be the first catastrophe since I've glued those LEDs in. Pop! Oops. That section of the Enterprise is closed for maintenance. I was thinking about just hardwiring all the LEDs together, but yes, 24 volts. Yes, Woodland Scenics water. Why, oh why, do I feel like something is not right here? Let me try plugging in one of the other ones. Well, that would work. I'm sitting here going, oh shit, what happened? It's a fucking disaster. Excuse my French. There went my PG-13 rating, but then I realized when I looked at the wires. Does anybody see what I just noticed? What I did? No, it's on. Take a look at the wires. Color coding is important. Tell you what, Spence, better that than blowing out these silly LEDs. Come on. Echo, turn off patio lights. It's not 100% uniform, but it looks good. And especially when you're looking at it from the edge, it's not bad. The more volts, the better. No, that's actually at 3.9. There's 4.5. That's maximum brightness. And here's, right there. That's what I was talking about. You see right there where I've got a light leak around the around the escape pod. Now, actually, with this power supply, damn it, didn't get it unclipped. Echo, turn on patio lights. With this power supply, if I touch the leads together, I know because the fan comes on really loud. Not extremely loud, but loud enough that it's annoying. Is this thing on? So let me see if I can get this back together or back off of here without too much trouble. And see, that's the thing, is I am looking at it right now, and I do not see the light leak. Is that little bit makes that much difference. Let me set this back on and see if I actually got that pushed on better. Where's my thing? Oh, and in other events, my Titanic lighting kit that had a couple of issues with it. I'm working with this company in China to get them resolved. I had one board that one of the connectors failed on it, and on another, it was missing the RF module. Echo, turn off patio lights. It is so close. When I pushed it further down, it got really close. Echo, turn on patio lights. So now, let me open this back up. I think all I'm going to get to is this one today, because I still got to do the Tulip on here. And I'm not going to do what I did on the other one, because I ended up putting some Tulip in a couple of them that had holes. And the hole actually went from the inside to the outside. And when I pushed it together, Tulip came out the top. So I've got a couple of, call it weathering smudges on the back of the Enterprise. That's my plan, Shu. Let's see, it was this one here. And I know that what some people are doing as well is putting black tape over top of where the escape pods are. And I can actually see what is causing that light leak. Right there next to where I just put the Tulip, you can see that square. And that square is actually what's causing the light leak, because it's keeping that from being all the way down. I'll have to let that dry and then see what it looks like after that. But now the fun part. And I don't know, to get the light blocking done, I end up having to add a bunch of Tulip in there. Let me see. Let me get an older paintbrush, because I'm still going to put Tulip in there. But what I'm going to do is, once it's in there, I'm going to spread it around a little bit. Most call them finger. No, it's not fingerprints. It's not fingerprints. And the Enterprise should be impeccable, but, you know, somebody crashed it into a planet. Not naming names, Riker. And I know I could do whatever I want with the windows, but I like the way that they have them in the manual. I guess it's like saying it's canon. And this acrylic is thin enough that if I, even these ones that have two windows in one section, it actually blocks the light pretty well. Now this bottom row is just completely light blocked. And I did actually think about when it's taped, instead of doing the resin, the ones that are going to be blocked, putting just Tulip in them, but I don't think that that would work. And even if it did, it would take forever to dry. Yes, I am gluing the escape pods in. All of my, except for the first couple of panels, everything was glued in, Chris. Because everything just fell out too easily. So... Nope, that is not spreading it. All that's doing is taking it off. Black CA. I have never heard of Black CA. That is very intriguing. Is that anything like red Loctite? Where do you get it, Chris? Is it something you just type in Black CA on Amazon and it pops up? Cool. Actually, if you could, Spence, post that in Discord chat so that I can chase it later. Hang on, where was that one? That one right there. Keep looking at it and I'm looking at it wrong. BSI makes it, of course. BSI makes all good glues. Still a little bit here. Actually, that's not too bad. First time I did this, I had some really big bumps. All right. there. Still having problems with that one. I believe that's got them all, except this one. I used to have debonder, but I'm out. And you know, as far as the windows that are already glued in, debonding them is going to be a piece of cake because they will just push out. So let me double check this again. Looks good. And I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. So now, if you look, there's a, okay. There is still a light leak right there and there. I see 3 light leaks. But let me see what those light leaks look like. With LEDs, I'm gonna let it dry. I see a couple that might still be an issue, but if they are, okay, that one's an issue. When I turn it, I turned it to where I'm looking at it from the side. Oh yeah, I can see it right there. This one isn't a big issue. There. Use the debonder. If the black, that's not. My ice is all gone. Okay. Well, I was ambitious. I have 4 panels out. I'm not getting 4 panels done. Maybe I should wipe that crap off my hands before I touch anything. I got some Tulip on my hands, and I really, really don't want to get it on anything. So that's the way that's going to sit. U310A. This one is the next one. And you can see I taped this light in so I don't lose it. What I can do is start taking these out. So let me set while I'm doing this. There we go. Whole nother table over there. We set that stuff out of the way over there. So that's the thing. I get working on something like this, I forget completely about my drink. That's why the cat's on the bench. He's the entertainment portion of the show. Keeps Kenny entertained, at least. And see, these are also not glued in. Leave those out for right now. Cat has quite a bit of stamina. That cat has been waving like that whenever the light is on for the last, I want to say, 7 years. All you missed was the fact that I put the thing together and it has light leaks. That, and at first I couldn't get it to work, and I was like, I was starting to panic that I had blown LEDs up already. Well, there you go, Spence. You got to make a trip to Kenny's house. He promised you a beer. I've never actually had birch beer. Is it anything like Bitburger? Talked about that. There's sandwiches still at Wawa. Now, actually, didn't you eat Shoe's sandwich on the Friday the Friday stream? It's like root beer. So is it alcoholic or is it non-alcoholic if it's like root beer? So I guess I'm saying, is it root beer or is it not your father's root beer? Ah, it's a soda. Okay. Because they do make a, I haven't seen that outside of California, but I haven't looked because it's like $8 a bottle. Didn't have the not your father's root beer, but actually I did. That was the only one I've tried. They have multiple beers in California that taste like non-alcohol beverage. That one I'm going to have to do a second piece of tape. Never had Moxie either. I'm interested. I drink sodas. I do too, but it's really, really expensive. I mean, to me, it's too expensive. Schumann's posting ducks and tuxedos again. Sorry. I crack myself up all the time. I should avoid alcohol because of meds, Spence, but I'm not that smart. Okay, let's throw some resin in these windows. Great. I had no bubbles until I did that. There we go. There's a nice bubble. I'm not sure how close I am to this bottle being empty. I don't think very close. But I think I've used at least a third of it. That's a huge bubble right there. The problem is it's blowing bubbles as I squeeze it. I'm kind of curious how well it's going to stick to the metal too, because there are lots of windows in the metal parts. These are all plastic parts. Except that one's metal. Okay, let me see if I can get rid of meatloaf for lunch. Hang on. Great ice cream, soda, beer. Bud's here. You were here. You were like the first one here, and then you left, Bud. Now you're back. Don't go to the, there you go. That's exactly what I should do. Real MD. I go to a PA. Meatloaf. You go to the fake ones, Kenny. I'm not really a proctologist, he says. Had meatloaf for lunch. Like WebMD, it costs less, yes. And you go to WebMD, they're going to tell you you're going to die no matter what. May is for meatloaf. Yes, it always leads to death. Didn't miss a thing, bud. Nothing happened. Come on. Okay. Let's see if I can ruin shit again. Things are going good, bud. Yes, my nurse practitioner is great. She's really, she's very personable. She's usually late to the appointments because she's spending time with patients, and she spends all the time you need when you're with her. And it's funny because my doc has two PAs that work with him. The actual doc, the MD. He has two PAs that work with him. And it's kind of funny because when they did blood work on me, he panicked about high cholesterol, but ignored my blood sugar, which was through the roof. I actually, when they called and said, yeah, we're putting you on this medication, I said, I looked at the blood panel and I'm like, what about this? Oh yeah, maybe we should pay attention to that too. And that was when I switched over to Rachel. Okay, had a little bit of run over, but it shouldn't, except for maybe that spot. I was going to say it shouldn't be too bad, but I got some on by one of the lugs. We shall see. And it's going really good there, bud. Run this for 3 times again, because 3 times seems to be enough. While it's running, wow. Black CA is a little expensive compared to other CA. Let me see. Oh, that's why. It's 2 ounces. Which 2 ounces of CA is a lot. But I do like it's a full kit. 2 lids, tips, a cap. I always want a cap like that. Hey, Kaylin, welcome to the stream. Extra Thin is doing a good job of going through the paint. So how's your back, Kaylin? Hopefully it's not too bad. Kaylin is White Gloves Models, which actually his Black Gloves Models, because he never wears white gloves. Get the good stuff you just posted. What did you post? Yeah, they have the same stuff on Amazon. Although I like the first one that came up, which was Star Bond. Rubber Tough and CA. Not sure about that. I like the tips. But on the larger bottles of the Bob Smith, I have extra caps for it. Got some airbrushing done. That's pretty cool. By the way, Kaylin, what you need is a little gas heater out there. A little propane heater. You can do anything you want to out there then. I know, because I live south of where you're at now. A bit flexible and sticks to everything. Kind of like regular CA. Although with the black, I'm just thinking, since I only do the corners, I'm not sure if it's gonna. Oh, better. So in that heat, you get yourself a portable air conditioner. We've got one that, hang on, Loot Studios High Detailed Minute. Oh, okay. We've got one that I don't use in here. Thought about it. And this room gets really very cool. I'll have to get that. Me buying? Yes, I'm probably buying that stuff. I'll look at it both on Amazon and on Sprue Brothers. Because Amazon, I saw that Amazon said I could get it by tomorrow. It's kind of funny. It's UV resin, but I just looked at this thing. It's for nail acrylic. Yeah. So let me get these. Oh, look. I've done the super glue the LED in before. Get those out of there. These are all dry. I just need to make sure that that's going to go flat enough. Well, first things first, actually. Let me peel off the tape. Got ahead of myself there. Portable air conditioner. Actually, Kenny's giving portable air conditioners all around. That's so nice of you, Kenny. Although I will say those portable air conditioners are a little pricey. It was $400 for ours, and still more bubbles. Just gave away 2. You didn't give them to any of us. The hell, man. I have a concern because when I tried to push this down, it did not want to go flat. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing some cutting of resin, because you can see on each of the posts, because it came out of the window holes, it actually climbed up the posts a little bit. As long as I don't do anything to the windows, it should be fine. That should be a little bit sharper. Damn it, another ant. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit of work around these posts and be a little bit cleaner from now on. Truthfully, though, as long as the front leading edge and the trailing edge seals, it should be okay. You've been DQ'd for cheating? Yeah. You don't have central air in California? What the hell, Kaylin? You need central air in California. There's the spot. I guess you don't need it. That's like the neighbors we had in Arizona. All they had was a swamp cooler. That's true. Central air causes cancer in California. Everything causes cancer in California. So looking at this, this one and this one are the ones that are the most troublesome, because this one keeps the leading edge from closing together. And the other one keeps the side edge from closing. What's going to suck is if I screw up these windows. I'll have to look. I might actually have a second copy of this panel. If I do, I can redo it later and avoid this issue. Actually going down the post is a little bit better. While I'm doing that, I also don't want to inadvertently peel it out of the windows. Let's take a look at that. It's close. Pianos have warning labels stating they are known to contain products that cause cancer in California. I've taken about 2 weeks after the last build. I've gotten prep. Except for the Friday streams, of course. What is the over-under that top takes takes out a finger doing this? Slim to none. I am very aware of this thing, and I'm keeping the plastic lug between my finger and the blade. Actually, this might be the better way to go. This one's the one that's... Let me double check. Wait, would be better if I put this on the right way, huh? And since I took that LED off, this tape can come off. No, not like Jalen did. Owie, icky, no. Damn, I'm working on the wrong one. Would help if I would have the sharp part of the blade pointing towards what I'm trying to cut. All right, so I've learned my lesson. Be careful with this resin, because if it cures up around the posts, life sucks. Lunch in front of the Wawa, eating shoes sandwich. I feel the love there, Kenny. I'm sure Shoe does too. That should be just about good. Get a lot of YouTube shorts of Kenny's pole dancing, probably. That should be good. It's not perfect. I might work a little bit more on the leading edge there, but it's pretty close. Note to self, don't do that again. This is where I cut myself. I'm trying to push beside the post here. Very, very close. And that one. Just got this one last little spot there where there's resin. Let me see. That one's cleaned. That one's cleaned. This one has a couple of little bitty spots. When the scalpel starts moving all on its own, all bets are off. That should be it. Chris. Probably get a bunch of YouTube short. Yeah. We still have to drill out the windows like I'm going to with my Amy kit. This you don't have to drill. There is that. Didn't say I'd eat it. If I needed to make a sandwich, it'll be expensive. I love Rubens. Okay. Prefer club. Truth be told, I'll be one cooking. Anyone I've ever been with admits I'm a better cook. So we got 1.5 panels done, and I'm going to call it good at that point. At this point. All right. So let me flip over. So slow, tedious work. This is going to be my thing for. Truth be told, okay. This is going to be the thing I'm doing for the next, I don't know how many weeks until I get all the windows done. There, I got, like I said, I got 1.5 panels done. The resin's done. I still have to do the tulip on the inside of this one, and then do the escape pods. You missed it. Do another one. I will. On Saturday or Sunday. Donnie left an hour ago. What the hell, Donnie? Donnie's been crying for Enterprise. I will. Actually, this is not bad. Having to peel the resin back off of these posts sucked, but the rest of it wasn't bad at all. And I'll be getting better at it all the time. This one is going to be a lot of windows to do. But not, I don't think any of it's really bad. What are you doing with 10 forward? I'm going to paint that sucker black. It's closed for the duration. Or rather, those grid windows on the top of the saucer. Aussie Scale Modeler, your timing is not that good. I am just about to shut down. But good morning. And those grid windows on the top of the saucer, are you talking about the ones on the bridge piece, Jalen? Hang on. If you're talking about any of these are staying the way they are. Yeah, Guyan's on vacation. Yeah, all of these are going to stay the way they are. Too much, just really way too much work to even try. So, like I said, Aussie Scale Modeler, sorry, but I'm bugging out. I appreciate you stopping by, though. You can watch the whole thing, and the first 30 or so minutes was reviewing the shuttles that are the specials from the Enterprise. See, I would... Kaylin rage quit at about this point. I, on the other hand, having the saucer and having had windows from about here to here, am way too far in it to rage quit. So, appreciate you guys stopping by. Had a good time. Got some windows done. Got more to do. It's what I'm going to be doing for a while. I will not be doing any of the little black windows in. The little square black ones. I'm not sure. Let me see. It doesn't show. Any of them that are not, that are these little windows. Not gonna do it. Sorry. But any of them that are not these little windows that, that have all these little bitty pieces that you have to do, I'm gonna leave them alone. The ones that are big panels be a lot easier, and it's better to put them on. It's not quite past my bedtime. I won't go to bed for another 3 hours. But it's time for me to go find something to eat. So, like I said, appreciate everybody stopping by. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'm on 3 times a week as it stands now. I'm on Tuesday evenings. Someone give me a hug. My wife will. I'm on Tuesday evenings. I'm on Friday evenings, and I'm on Sunday afternoon. No, I'm not going to keep going, Shu. And Donnie, who whined about the Enterprise for so long, you're right, he disappeared. So, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a great evening. Have a great tomorrow. And take care of yourselves out there. Catch you next time.